Okay, this example is about work rate problem, work done problem. How much work has been done for certain hours? So let's check this information. Let's say, okay, there is a machine that complete a job, like a printing. Let's say it takes 2 hours to complete one job. So if we divide, okay, let's say this is the amount of work done. So they can finish this work in 2 hours. Then if you divide this into two pieces, then each piece represents the work done per hour. So if a machine takes, let's say, 3 hours, then each hour the machine completes this much work done. So this much work will be done per hour. So divide the whole one complete job by the number of hours. Then we have, if there are 3 hours, then there are 3 pieces, and each piece represents the work done per hour. So based on this, let's try this example. Okay, there are two machines. The machine A takes 4 hours to complete one job. 4 hours to complete one job. So we can divide this into 4 pieces. Then each piece is the amount of the work done. So you will complete 1/4 of the job. 1/4 of the complete job. One job will be done per hour. Okay, and there's another machine, second machine, B. And this machine takes 2.5 hours. So this is actually 4.5 over 2 hours. 2.5 hours. So 5 over 2 hours. It takes 5 over 2 hours. Then separate this into 5.2 pieces. Then each piece will be, so actually we take the reciprocal of this one. So 2 over 5 job will be done per hour. Why do you take the reciprocal of this? Because if it takes 4 hours, then 1 over 4 is the reciprocal of 4. So if it takes 2 hours and 30 minutes, then convert it into a fraction, then that is 5 over 2 hours. So the reciprocal is 2 over 5. So it completes 2 over 5 job will be done per hour. So once we combine these two machines together, then how long will it take? So if we combine these two, then how long will it take? X hours. X hours, right? X hours. So what is X hours? Okay, then let's write an equation. The number of hours, the number of jobs that the machine A will be done is 1/4 job will be done per hour. 1/4 of the job will be done per hour. So every hour, the second machine, the machine B, will complete 2 over 5 job per hour. And altogether, how long does it take? X hours. X hours. So let's divide the pieces into the one piece into 4x pieces. Then each piece is the 1 over x hour. 1 over x job will be done. This job will be done per hour. So every hour, if you combine two machines, then it will complete 1 over x job per hour. So we have an equation. So this is the equation, and then solve for x. So this equation is fraction, so why don't we multiply the equation by the LCD? LCD is 4 times 5 times x. So 20x. So multiply the equation by the LCD, 20x. multiply 20x, the first equation, the first fraction, multiply the second equation by 20x, multiply the third fraction by 20x. So actually we are multiplying all terms by the LCD 20x. Then the first expression is 20 over 4 is 5. So 5x plus 20 divided by 5 is 4. So 2 times 4 is 8x. Right. And equals x cancel out 20. 5 plus 8 is 13x is equal to 20. Divide the equation by 13. Then x equals 20 over 13 hours. So if you combine two machines together, let two machines work together, then it will take 20 over 13 hours. So 1 hour, 1 point some, right? 1 point some hours. 1 point, so if you use calculator, then it will be 1.54 hours. So in this particular work done problems, one easy way to write an equation is make a reciprocal of number of hours for each machine. So if the machine A takes 2 hours, then reciprocal is 1 over 2. And if the second machine takes 3 hours, then reciprocal is 1 over 3. Once you combine these two, then it will be 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. Job will be done per hour. And if you work together, then let's say it takes X hours, then it will complete 1 over 4 job will be done per hour. So this is an equation. So always set up an equation, something like this. Reciprocal of the number of hours plus the reciprocal of the number of hours of the second machine. Then that is equal to 1 over x. Okay, then number 6 is about interest rate, interest question. So actually the interest amount is the principal times the rate times the number of years. Time means the number of years. So R is the simple annual interest rate. Simple annual interest rate. And time is the number of years. Simple interest rate. Annual. Okay, and principal is the original amount you invest. So rate is the annual simple interest rate, and time is the number of years. So the equation is the interest is your original amount times the yearly interest. So let's say I invested $100. Then if the rate is 10%, and let's say I invested it for 2 years, then the total interest will be $100 times the annual interest. So 1.1, 10% is 0.1. For how many years? 2 years. So that will be 10 times 2 is $20. So $20 will be the interest I earn for 2 years. So based on this information, this equation, I equals PRT. Let's try example 6. Example 6 is the deposit. The deposit is $8,000. So this will be the principal. And with this deposit, the interest is $300. So a person deposited $8,000 and he got $300 as an interest in 6 months. In 6 months, the time will be 6 months. So this has to be in years. So how do you make it year? We divide the month by 12 12 months. Then this will give you an year. So 1 over 2 years. Right? 6 months is half an year. What if 3 months? Then divide this 3 months by 12. Then it will be 1/4 years. So the question is, using this information, what is the annual interest rate for this account? Annual interest rate. So interest formula is interest is equal to principal times the rate times the number of years. We are looking for R. We are looking for R, so let's check. Do we have the values for all these three variables, I, P, and T? Yes, we do. We have all the values. So the interest is $300, principal is $8,000, and R is the one we are looking for. T is the number of years, so 6 months is equivalent to half a year, 1/2 of the year. All right, then let's find R. So first divide each side by 8,000. So we can cancel it out. And then multiply each side by 2. Multiply each side by 2. Then we can cancel out 2. Then the left hand side is 600. So reduce the left hand side of the equation. 8,000 divided by 2 is 4,000. And 300 over 4,000 is, let's get rid of 2 zeros. So 3 over 40 is equal to R. Then R is equal to 3 over 40. 3 over 40 is 0.075. Okay, so this is equivalent to 7.5%. So the annual simple interest rate is 7.5%. Okay, in this case, we have to use based on years. So convert the month into years and then use this information. The number of years is 1 over 2 hours, 2 years. Okay, let's try the next one. This example is about solving an equation, and this equation contains more than one variable. So let's solve this equation for W. Then how do you solve for W? Just like solving an equation, linear equation, we will rewrite this equation so that the left side of the equation has only the variable W and all others are the right sides, on the right side of the equation. Then this expression is the solution. So we call this literal equation. Literal equation. And literal equation is an equation that contains more than one variables. So let's solve this for W. And W term is over here, 2W. So leave 2W alone and move 2L from right to the left. So P equals 2L plus 2W. So subtract 2L from each side. Then P minus 2L equals, cancel out, 2W. And then divide each side by 2. Then W is equal to this, P minus 2L over 2. So this is the solution. Okay, let's try another example. How about solving, okay, this is example number 39 on page 772. Okay, solve this equation for L. Okay, for L. So there are two L terms. So in order to solve this for L, we have to factor L. So S is equal to factor L, then 1 minus R. So factoring L is really important, like a combined like term. Okay, 3L plus 2L. For example, this means same variable terms, so what we can do is add 3 and 2 together, multiply by L. So this is 5L. This is how we combine the like terms. So combine these two, then L is equal to 1 times L. So add 1 and negative R. So 1 minus R times L. So we can put L on the left or right, doesn't matter. And then divide each side by 1 minus R. So L is equal to S over 1 minus R. This is the solution. Okay, let's try this time number 42. Okay, number 42 is, the equation is h equals negative 15t plus 1 over 2 at squared plus 9. So I'm going to solve this one for A. Okay, for A. So here is variable term A here. So first we will leave this term alone and move negative 15t and plus 9 to the left. Okay, so move negative 15t to the other side, then it will be plus 15t. Move 9 to the other side, then it becomes minus 9. So that is equal to 1 over 2a t squared. So this is the product, 1 over 2 times a times t squared. So I'm going to leave a alone and then remove this 1 over 2 to the left. So how do you get rid of these two? Multiply each side by 2. So multiply each side by 2. So I'm going to multiply 15t minus 9. So left side by 2. So multiply this side by 2 and the right side by 2. Then 2 to cancel out. So we have this. Okay, next we have to get rid of this t squared. So why don't we divide each side by t squared? Then a equals this, 2 times h plus 15t minus 9 divided by t squared. So this is the solution.